So I think what we want to think about today and focus on today is to just listening and listening to yourself, listening to what is happening in your mind, to kind of connect that to your body. So you don't want to feel this sense of separation, because it's very important to have a very clear knowing about what it is that is going on. So if your body is doing something and the mind is going to respond to it one way or the other. So it's really important sometimes, maybe you're doing something just like Bonnie had said, and just come out of it for a minute. Just come out of it and see, how will it feel if I do it this way? How is my body responding? So that what I'm trying to create is a sense of wellness, is a sense of understanding where it is my body is. So that's something we want to feel, this pulsation, because that pulsation is sending this energy into our body. So we want to really tune into that pulsation, from the energy from the periphery to the core, and then from the core to the periphery. This is this pulsation that the practice of yoga really opens us up to. And it is that deep connection of this response that the body has to the mind, and then the mind has to the body. We have to understand that this is knowledge that the body has. The body is very intelligent. And then we have a knowledge in our mind, like how to perform these actions. How do I move from one place to the other safely? And what we always want to feel in our practice is a sense of safety. So let's widen our sitting bones apart. So it's like this clear knowing gives us this sense of joyfulness, because when there's this clear response between body and mind, the body feels joyful, the spirit is happy. So we root down into our seat, feel the lower belly lifting, bring your front ribs back, shoulders to your ears, roll your shoulders back, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a full deep inhale and a full deep exhale. And please join me. We'll do the sound of Om, the invocation, and the sound of Om. Take a deep inhale. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchitananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om. Bow your head to your heart to honor your spirit. And then inhale, lift your head up. And exhale, release your hands to the side and gently open your eyes. Let's start in a down dog. So come onto your mat. And look at your fingertips and have your index finger pointing to the top of your mat. And press forward into your finger pads and metacarpals. And on your knees, just lift your wrist up for a moment, so you just see how that feels. So your wrist is up. And then you're just going to scoop your tailbone, soften and surrender the back of the heart, and then bring your hips back. That will lower your palms, and now you're going to feel a little bit in your core. And then very slowly begin to straighten your legs. And then bow your head to your heart and do a little catwalk. Stretching the back of the calf, the Achilles, and rooting into your hands. Feel the rise, especially of the inner arm. because that inner arm is outwardly rotating. The inner thigh is outwardly rotating from the back, and the arm is from the front. And then let's just come forward to plank. Scoop your tailbone. And then let's come back to down dog. Full deep breath. Root to rise. And then come forward to plank. And back to down dog. And one more time, come forward to plank. And then back to down dog. Let's bring our right foot to the top. Hug into our midline. And bring our right hand to our hip. So you're going to squeeze the top of the thighs together. Turn your torso to the right. And bring your fingertips to the sky. Full deep breath. So remember, it's really important to feel that connection to the earth and then rise. Really lift all the way up to the sky. Good. Exhale, slowly release. And let's come back to down dog. Once again, root firmly into the mat with your hands and your feet. And then let's bring our left foot to the top. Hug in. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Squeeze the top of the thighs together and twist. So we're taking our whole right side of the torso to the left side of the torso to the right side. What am I doing? Yeah, right side of the torso to the left, sorry. Squeeze the top of the thighs, open your heart. And then come back to down dog. Press forward into your hands. And then gently walk your hands back to your feet and bow. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. And then root to rise all the way up to your wall, to the ceiling, to the sky. Lift off of your heels. Full deep breath. Up, 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 and then exhale and release. And just breathe. Good. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Inhale all the way up, come off your heels. And exhale and release. Inhale all the way up, come off your heels. And exhale and release. All right, so let's lift up our right knee and squeeze the top of the thighs together. So the foot is super active. Keep hugging into the midline, breathing. And then we're going to release and bring the left knee up. Hug in, keep squeezing the top of the thighs together. Root down into the four corners of each foot. Good. Exhale and release. Do a little catwalk. Take a breath. Let's do that again. Bring your right knee up. Good. Take your right hand now to the outside of that knee. Be really strong on that left foot as you bring the knee over to the right. And then back to center and release. Breathe. Second side. Left knee up. Take a few breaths. Bring your hand to the outside. To the inside. Bring it out to the left. Come back to center and release. And just do a little catwalk. Good, let's do a tree pose. We haven't done one of those in a while. So we're going to stand on our left foot first. You could bring your right foot either to the ankle or the shin, or if you want, pick the foot up and bring the thigh, bring it all the way up to the thigh. Now root to rise, roll your shoulders up and back. Feel your core lifting you upward. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Good. If you want, bring your hands over your head. And then rotate those hands way back behind you. Bend your elbows, open your heart, and release. Good. Do a little catwalk. Yeah, there you go. We're getting a little bit into the hips and heart. Let's do the second side. So ankle, shin, or thigh. Breathe. Root into that right foot. Feel your core lifting. Full deep breath. And then whatever you want to do with your hands, you could bring them straight up to the sky, rooting to rise. And then rotate your hands back behind you. Good, and release. Good, full deep breath. So now let's just do that again, and this time we're just going to hold our favorite drink here and see if we can make sure the tail is down so we feel our core, and then feel as if you're lifting your heart up a little bit. So we'll try to do a little baby back bend here. So we're going to stand on our left leg, bring our right leg up. So don't worry if you lose your balance, just try it again. So we're going to go into our favorite drink and plug into the back of the heart. And now lift your heart up to the sky. All the way up, up, up. Take your earlobes with you if you can. Whew. And release. That was fun. All right, let's try the second side. Activate your legs, activate your feet. Hug in, and then hold that favorite drink. And then whenever you're ready, begin to lift your heart up. Good. Exhale and release. Good, let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands. And then inhale, stretch your fingertips all the way up to the sky. And then exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Bowing your head to your heart. On your inhale, look up. And let's bring our right foot to the top. So hug into the midline, full deep breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's release the back knee down, hug into the midline, and just place our hands lightly on the base of our thigh. So I like to keep those back toes curled under. It helps me engage my shin. Feel the lower belly lifting. Feel everything rising. Bring your fingertips in front, plug in, lift up. Open it up, full deep breath. Now even here, feel those inner arms rolling around. Nice outer spiral at the top of the arm. Full deep breath. And now come into a goalpost arms, plugging into the back of the heart. Good, then place your hands down and you're going to root into your right foot and lift the back leg up and squeeze the top of the thighs together, hugging into the midline. Now we're going to maybe feel this at the back of the right leg. Keep squeezing the top of the thighs. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Keep squeezing those thighs. Exhale and bow. One more time. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, down dog. Take a few beautiful, full breaths. And then look to the top and bring your left foot to the top. Hugging into the midline and release your back knee down. On your inhale, lift up. So here we're lightly on the base of our thigh. You want to feel the nice opening. Fingertips in front, plug in, lift up. Keep hugging into the midline. Full deep breath. Now bend your elbows to beautiful goalpost arm, plugging in, feeling connected. Good, and now on your exhale, bring your hands to the earth a little bit in front of your foot, then root into the left leg and lift the right. Hug into the midline and bow. Now you want to make sure your outer left hip is stretched back. When you look back at your toes are facing the earth. Inhale, look up. Exhale and bow. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, down dog again. Take some breaths here. And now let's come forward to plank pose and come all the way to the earth. So let's bring our elbows underneath our shoulders. Now engage your feet, pressing your toenails down. So here you want a big scoop of your tailbone. So make sure that tailbone is scooped. And what we're trying to do here is even think of the top of your inner arm here, rolling around the top of the arm so that you can make space for your chest. And make sure your tailbone is nice and scooped, your heart is coming forward. Press into your finger pads and metacarpals. So remember, we're listening and making a deep connection between our bodies and our minds today. We want to hear our heart sing. I think singing is very joyful. When people sing, they're happy. You don't see someone singing with a frown on their face. I don't think so. I never did. Good, and then exhale, release. Here, curl your toes under now. We're gonna do a little core here. We're gonna scoop our tailbone before anything, and then root into our forearms and elbows and our hands. And we're gonna lift up into a low plank. Now press out of your heels. Feel those heels, woo, pressing back. Soften the back of your heart, full deep breath. Good. Exhale and release. Okay, so let's take our left hand and bring it to the right. And let's come onto our whole left side of our body. And what I'd like you to do here is bring your foot into a tree pose. So maybe it's right here. Open it up and be a tree that fell, but it's still beautiful. It's still celebrating itself. It's still expressing. Oh, that's awesome. Beautiful. And release. And let's do the other side. So we're going to come onto the right side of the body and bend our left knee and bring the foot wherever it's comfortable. If you like it better on your shin or your thigh, doesn't matter. And then root to rise. You have to have a strong tailbone here because you don't want to slide back. So that means you have to really engage your core. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Good. Woo! Release. Bhujangasana. So press into your fingertips, shoulders up and back. Bhujangasana. Good. Exhale, release. Down dog. And do a little catwalk. So let's bring our right foot to the top and pivot our back heel down now. So here, let's bring our hands behind our back, shoulders up to our ears and back, and place our hands away from our bodies. Bring your elbow to the inside of the knee and bow. Keep hugging your heels in. Breathe. Good. Hoo-ha. Release. And let's do the second side. Hugging in. Pivot the right heel down. Interlace your hands behind your back. Shoulders up and back. Root and rise. And then bow. So your left shoulder is in the inside of that knee. Bowing your head to your heart. Beautiful. Good. Exhale, release. And let's come on to our hands and knees. So here, let's scoop our tailbone. Nice flat back. Let's bring our right leg back behind us. Hug into the midline, full deep breath. Hug in. Let's bend the knee and we're going to grab the foot with our left hand. And we're going to open up that quadricep and our heart. Big scoop of the tailbone. Opening your heart. Good. And release. Full deep breath. Bend our left knee. Get super long in the torso. Grab the foot and open it up. Full deep breath. Beautiful. Exhale and release. Down dog. And just do a little catwalk, bending one knee and then another. And then just walk your hands back to your feet again for Uttanasana. And then take a little bit of a seat like you're Scooping now, you're halfway down. Scoop. Bring your hands in front. Utkatasana. Standing on your right foot, take your left ankle to the base of your thigh. Breathe. Work your foot. Good. Second side. So the right ankle going to the left. Scoop your tailbone. Reach up to the sky with your hands. Good. And release. And come up. Good. Just take a few breaths and feel this conversation moving through your body. It's like this beautiful spanda, the vibration, the pulsation of the practice. Take a full deep inhale and a full deep exhale. Just going to move my mats a little bit this way. All right. Let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands. And then inhale, stretch your fingertips to the sky, full deep breath. Come off your heels and exhale and fold. Inhale, look up. And then on your exhale, bring your right foot forward and left foot back. Hug into the midline. Good, let's pivot the back heel down. Now we're going to do Virabhadrasana 1. So that means my back foot is going right to the corner of my mat. So you can shorten your stance. That's fine. Hug in. So you want to get those two hip points to be shooting forward like headlights on a car. So bring your fingertips in front, plug in now from the core. Whoa! Feel your core lifting upward, bicep to ear. Full deep breath. Feel like you're holding something in your hand there. And you want to keep bringing that left hip forward. Good. Keep hugging in a lot. Very connected to your core. We're going to slowly come forward and move into a Vira 3. Now here, hug in. You can have your hands here, in front of you, wherever it works. Woo! If you need your hands on the earth, just do that. And then back to Vira 1. And then down dog. Left foot to the top. Pivot the heel. Once again, Vira 1 is going to ask that back foot to come right to that corner of the mat. Hug in. Full deep breath. Plug in and lift up. Now it's that right outer hip that is being asked to come forward. Breathe. And then exhale. Bring your hands to the earth and lift that back foot up. Getting ready to come into your Vira 3. We do the best we can. Whew, sometimes this pose is a little more difficult. Keep squeezing those thighs. Good. Ready? Back to your one. I don't know if we did that on the other side. Maybe not. Good. Exhale, release. And let's come into a child's pose. Bring your heels together and just take a breath. Full deep inhale and a full deep exhale. Okay, let's come to a table position. So we'll do a variation of Vasisthasana by either kickstanding our right leg and stretching out our left, or coming into down dog and turning both feet to the left, both toes, and inhaling and coming up. Full deep breath. Good. And release. Second side. So either way, this works for me. Open it up. Good. Exhale, release. Down dog. Do a little catwalk. Come forward to plank and then back to the earth. And let's just rest our chin on our palms for a moment and just breathe. Okay, fingertips, hands underneath our shoulders. And we're going to bend our knees, work our feet, scoop our tailbone, and bring our heart forward. Full deep breath. And release. Okay, release the legs. Let's do quadricep. Take your foot into your hand or your forearm and bring your heel towards the outside of your right hip. Now spread your toes, and you could even now press your foot into the hand or forearm. What happens when you do that is your chest will come forward a little bit more. Good, and release. Second side. Full deep breath. This conversation is so important to feel your body. And release. Down dog. Right foot to the top. And let's release the back knee down. Hug in and lift up. We'll do a little twist in Parsvakonasana. So you can plug in, bring your elbow to the outside. Get your belly to go way over there. And bring your palms together. Open your heart. Good. Release. Change sides. Hug in. Plug in. Elbow. Palms together. And Partsukhanasana. This is a Pavrita. It's a twist. Good. And release. And then let's come to Uttanasana. Bow. And then lift up to the sky. And come. And then exhale, just release. And come into a Shavasana. A Tadasana, Shavasana. Just close your eyes for a minute. So we're going to kind of open our hips and heart on this one. If you have a block, you may want to put it right there on the side of your foot. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come down, bend the knee, and bring our right hand underneath the right thigh and then clasp it. Right? So then I'm going to have my block here and then try to lift up to have my foot on the block. And then hug in, hug in, hug in. If you have it in you, you could try to lift up and stretch it out. Okay? Does anyone have any questions? Because that's a big one. Anyone have questions? All right, so we're going to try it. So your hand is underneath your thigh. You standing, and then you lift the foot up. Hug in, squeeze. Squeeze. Don't worry if you fall or lose your balance. And then if you have it in you, you lift your leg up. And then release. Come down and release. That was that was interesting. And just take a breath. So even if you just get your foot on the block, and of course you could use a strap behind you. So if you couldn't grab your hands behind you like this. So if you can't do this, use a strap, and then you can root to rise, put your foot on the block, and then lift up. And even if you just do this a few times, trying to get yourself up. Okay, let's try it again. Let's stand on our right foot first. And bring our left foot to our block, lift up. So you have to really root into that standing leg. If you have a wall next to you, like I could have used this would have been fun. I could have just been here. So if you have a wall, that's another choice. And release. Second side. Standing on your left foot, right foot is on the block. Hug in. And release. All right. Good. Let's come down with our blocks and lay down on our back. So just changing the view. So we're going to be on our backs here, and we're going to just do a Setu Bandhasana. So what I want you to do once here is really plug into the back of the heart. Roll your shoulders back. Press into the back of the head that aligns to the top of the ears. So what's really important here is that you're rooted into the 4 points of your foot. You don't want your knees to splay. So root to rise up a little bit, getting your tailbone towards the back of the knee. You'll feel the engagement right here in your belly. Your front ribs will sink back, and then lift up some more. So you want to have an openness in your neck here. You don't want to be closed. So you want to really press into the back of the heart. And then you could interlace your hands underneath you for Setu Bandhasana. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Beautiful. And then slowly release. Just take a breath. We're going to do this 2 more times, okay, guys? So get yourself situated. Root into the feet. Plug into the elbows. Make sure you scoop that tailbone and lift. You're maybe an inch off the earth right here, off your mat. Once you feel that core is engaged, then begin to slowly lift your hips up. The hip points are hugging in towards one another, and then come onto your shoulders even more. Press into the back of the head. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. And then when you're ready, slowly release your hips to the earth. And just rest on your sacrum. Try not to bring your knees up yet because we're not done. Full deep breath. So on the next one, we're going to hug in again. Press down into the elbow. Lift our hips up. And then all the way up. Feel those hip points, sitting bones hugging, hip points hugging in. Come onto your shoulders. You could change the interlace. You could reach for your heel. Your heart is open. You're pressing into the back of the head. Now root into your left foot and see if you could bring your right leg up. Keep squeezing your thighs. Don't let that left knee splay out to the side. Good. Release. And suck inside it. Hug in. Good. And release. Slowly lower your hips to the earth. And just take a few breaths there. And then roll over to your right side. And just come into a seat. Just for a breath. Get your inner thighs and roll them back. So I would like you now to just listen to the conversation that's happening in your body. Listening to your breath. these conversations are very important. How does your body feel? Good. So just bring your hands behind your back now. I'm going to do horizontal. All right, we're just going to do this table position. Your fingertips can be facing your hips or out. So you're going to decide which one feels better. You're going to root down into the earth. You're going to scoop your tailbone and come up. Engage your core. And slowly release down. So let's try the other way. If you did it one way with your hands, let's do it the other. Okay, root down into your feet, inhale, and come up. Good, and release your hips. All right, so now if you have a block or a blanket, we're going to put it under our sacrum and do a little Viparita Karani. So it's nice to have yourself lifted a little bit. So I'm gonna put the block under my sacrum, get my shoulders back, and I'm gonna lift my feet up. So try to have your heels directly over your hips. Sometimes we have a tendency to bring them closer to our head, but right now let's not do that. Now press out of the feet. Have your feet be super active. Have your palms open. Have your shoulders on your back. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths here. Have your feet be as active as possible. Deep inhales and exhales. And then bend your knees and bring your feet to the earth. And then lift your hips and just remove whatever is underneath you and lower your hip sacrum down. Take a few breaths. Good. So now just lift your hips up. Actually, if you were just on a blanket, you could put a blanket there. Otherwise, just sit on your hands for this. And we're going to come down to 60. Take a breath. Down to 30. Take a breath. Down to 10. Take a breath. And then come back up to 90. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to 60. Inhale. Exhale to 30. Inhale. Exhale to 10. And then inhale up. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to 60. Inhale. Exhale to 30. Inhale. Exhale to 10. And inhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale to 60. Inhale. Exhale to 30. Inhale. Exhale to 10. Inhale up. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale to 60. Inhale. Exhale to 30. Inhale. Exhale to 10. Inhale up. And then let's bend our knees and give ourselves a little circle around our sacrum. And then go the other way. And then inhale and come up. And let's have a seat. Good. Whew. All right. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Let's get some twist here, some seated twist. So I have my left leg over my right, and I'm going to take my right hand on my knee, left hand behind me. Inhale. On my exhale, I'm going to go from belly, chest, shoulders, neck, and head. Twisting. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Good. And come back to center and change sides. Inhale and exhale. Belly, chest, shoulders, neck, and head. And come back to center. Let's bring our legs wide. Get our extra skin on our inner thighs. Work our feet. We're just going to fold this final surrender to oneself. So we're folding from the top of our thighs. So please be up on a blanket if you need it. You're hugging your heels together as your heart chest comes forward. Bowing your head to your heart. Hug your heels in towards one another. And just be where you are. When you get to your edge, just bow your head to your heart. And then inhale, come back up. Let's bend our right knee and bring our knee to our top of our thigh, and we're going to twist again. And come back to center. And go that out and bring the left foot in. Hug in and twist. And come back to center. Let's have a seat. Just close your eyes for a minute and let's just focus on our heart. and all the qualities that lie there. Work your feet a little bit, wake those feet up and widen your sitting bones apart. As we root down into the earth, feel as if there was a puppeteer connected to your crown of your head, lifting you upward. And just imagine every vertebrae getting a ton of space. And feeling your shoulders move towards your ears and gently rolling back, giving yourself this opening, this beautiful connection that we are not separate, that the mind and the body and the spirit are all one. And we are all one together. So feel the vibration around you. Feel the vibration within you. Just feel this connection. And that is the connection to something greater. A connection to give us this openness to celebrate every day. Every day gives us this opportunity to celebrate life. To celebrate our wholeness. To celebrate our love. To celebrate our intelligence and our knowledge. And to be so accepting of all that we are. And then you're gently going to lay down on your mat with your soles of your feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana. And then lay down on your back. Take a few moments in this position. And then bring your legs out for your Shavasana.